You changed. You're just not the same person anymore. You can no longer be around people who are not growing with you. You can no longer tolerate individuals who are determined on misunderstanding you. You're no longer explaining yourself to people. You're not arguing. Some of you all have lost interest in a lot of things that you used to find compelling. However, those things don't reside in your heart and mind anymore. And you can no longer go backwards. Something inside of you has changed. And for some of you all, you have people around you who believe you're just simply withdrawn or something is wrong with you. However, that ain't the case at all. In actuality, you are falling into alignment. And a lot of people who used to have access to you can no longer have that access because they never valued you. A lot of people may have been in your lives for selfish reasons. And you are now valuing yourself. And that's a big change. You do not see yourself through the lens of others. You do not allow people's opinions to determine your future. You do not allow their perspectives to determine how you move. You set those healthy boundaries for yourself. And you'll notice that a lot of the times, the same people who tried to rally against you, sully your good name, your reputation, cause distractions and disruptions in your life, you'll find out that a lot of those people will end up eliminating each other or turning on each other, ripping each other to shreds. Why? The Bible said that the evil would judge the wicked. And that's what happens. And you'll also learn that you were never the problem. Because once you remove yourself, that's when all hell breaks loose with them. The problem was you went against your better judgment and you allowed the wrong people or you frequented the wrong environments, and those people were able to corrupt good manner. But you ain't going back to that. Those are potentially fatal situations. And when the Most High delivers you from a potentially fatal situation, you don't turn backwards. See, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of people who are going to be unable to even face you. They don't know how to. And it's because they're full of pride. They're egotistical. They don't know what to say to you. They're unforgiving and unrepentant. There's going to be people who can no longer even stand in your presence because they know that you can see them for exactly who they are. You can look right through their souls. They can't hide their intentions. They can't hide their thoughts, emotions, feelings. And some of you all, you actually feel physically ill being around people who have ill intentions. The Most High has blessed you with certain impulses. And your nervous system is not lying to you when you get around certain individuals and you feel a little more anxious, or you just have this feeling that something is wrong. Most of the time, it's because of what's going on in their minds, what's going on in their hearts. A lot of the times, it's because they have secret animosity towards you. There's secret offenses. There's resentment. There's animosity that they are carrying towards you. And you can feel it. There's a lot of projections that these people put out. But since you have changed, they're unable to use their sorcery and their manipulation because you can see through them. And you'll have people try to gaslight you, make you believe that you turned cold-hearted. That's not the case at all. You have not grown cold. You still have compassion. You still have empathy. You still are able to forgive. But you have grown more discerning than ever. Meaning, you're a whole lot more careful with who you allow in your presence. You understand the spiritual dynamics of intermingling with the wrong people. Evil communication corrupts good manner. So you're more mindful, watchful. And for those who have ill intentions, they can't even stand in your presence. Those who have ill intentions are going to feel some type of way about your change because they can no longer get access to cause confusion and destruction in your life. And it doesn't matter who it is. It could be an intimate relationship. It could be so-called friendship, family members, associates. When you enter a room, they know that you're no nonsensical. They know that you're not somebody to play with. You're changing. See, a lot of you all who have characteristics of a chosen one, which is empathy, compassion, kindness, transparency, all of these type of things. At one point in time, that made you a bit naive. And these devils took advantage of that. See, you thought because that's how you were or are as a person, you thought that that's all you would attract. That's not the case at all. In fact, those who are operating on the left-hand side, they are attracted to you like a magnet because these are essentially energy vampires. These are narcissists looking for a supply. These are people who only know how to obliterate and destroy in order to proposition themselves. And they're always looking for a victim. They don't have relationships. They have victims. And unfortunately, some of you all had to endure that. Some of you all had to learn the hard way. And the reason a lot of you all have decided to chase serenity and peace and changed the course of your life is because survivor mode taught you a whole lot. Some of you all was in survival mode for a long time. And when you finally broke free, it altered your entire life. And you were able to change the trajectory of your life because you realized what freedom really is. And it made you sharper. You're no longer casting your pearls before swine. You're no longer taking any nonsense from people. Your cutoff game is becoming amazing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Listen, when somebody is not in alignment, they don't want to grow with you. When somebody seems to be jealous, resentful, harboring bad feelings, people who got 1 foot in and 1 foot out of your life, people who are not being consistent with you, people who are being hypocritical, people who are contradicting themselves, and they're not giving you clear-cut, concise answers, like the Bible says, let your yays be yay and your nays be nay. People who try to talk you in circles and manipulate and gaslight, you're just not having it. You're just not standing for that. Because you don't have time to waste. You know your value. You know who you are, regardless of what anybody else's perspective is on you. You only care about what the Most High thinks of you. He knows you in and out. You don't care about what other people think. And that is a superpower, brothers and sisters. You're changing. If you haven't went through this metamorphosis, this change, this transformation, you just hearing this is going to set you on the right course, because there's a lot of us who have endured and went through this change. And if you listening and you're not quite there yet, but you can see that that's the outcome of the persecution you face, then that brings a glimmer of hope. And you got to continue down this straight and narrow path. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain, you can't go backwards. You can't go backwards. That can cost you your life. And you got to understand, some people who try to get back into your life without a proper apology, without acknowledgement, without actual change that you can see, change that is real, 9 times out of 10, they're just trying to finish the job. That's why you don't let people in and out of your life like a revolving door. Some of these devils, some of these witches and warlocks, some of these energy vampires, they just want to finish the job. If they was on a path of destruction and you escape their demonic clutches, they want to finish you off. And you got to look out for that. So you can't go backwards. You got to keep on moving. You got to keep on growing. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. And understand that you're not the same person anymore. You changed. If you relate to this message, talk to me down in the comment section. Make sure you hype the video up, like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you can get all of these videos as they're being uploaded. Support the work at newbreedglobaltruth.com, y'all. One love. Stay leveling up. Stay on your post and on your pivot. Peace.